Judge today setting bail at $250,000 for a Fairfield man accused of shooting up 3 CMP substations over the weekend. 54-year-old Thomas Welch is facing 3 felony counts of aggravated criminal mischief. He's accused of shooting at the substations in Windsor, Winslow, and Augusta early Sunday morning. Prosecutors say he caused $1 million in damage to each of the Augusta and Windsor locations alone. Welch is a well-known Central Maine business owner who runs the custom welding company, Mainly Handrails. He made his first court appearance virtually in an Augusta courtroom today. Prosecutors argued his criminal history from more than 20 years ago, coupled with the seriousness of the current charges, warranted high cash bail.
This involved a substantial amount of weapons. The defendant shooting up 3 different CMP areas. It also looks like a search warrant was conducted, and there were thousands of rounds of ammunition, tactical vest, body armor, helmets, flex cuffs, and numerous firearms. And at the scene of the shootings of these 3 different locations were numerous shell casings.
Welch's attorney said he would agree to the state's request for now and make a bail argument later. The judge also ordered Welch not to use or possess any dangerous weapons, including firearms. He's also barred from operating a motor vehicle.